tolerate your opposing views on everything. So here we go, it's time for Jesse, come and gather round.
I'm gonna get you, Oh, hello. I'm Jesse. Welcome to Jesse's Corner. And today I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna call before, after, and spoilers review. So basically, this video is gonna be cut up into 3 different segments. Before I see the new movie, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. After I've seen the movie, and then spoilers about the movie. This will all be part of one greater review, and give a better idea of, I don't know, the overall movie process. I don't know. Some I'm trying out. Let's see if this is any good. So, off the bat, let's go with before. I have not seen the movie yet. My feelings about the movie going in is I am very excited, and I'm very hopeful, but I think I'm more curious than anything, because I've heard so many things are going to be in this movie, and I'm just wondering how is it all going to come together, and will it be good? Because I want it to be good. Oh, I want this to be so good. It's Batman and Superman in the same movie, right? So I won't go into any spoilers, but there have been, in a few of the trailers, we feel like we get an understanding of what's going to happen in this movie. Hopefully, I will be blown away by twists and turns that this movie will reveal. So, if I had to give a summation of how I feel right now, it's optimistic, but cautious, but really curious. So, let's cut forward now to me after I've seen the movie to give my spoiler-free review, followed by spoilers. Yes, hello, this is future Jesse. I've just seen the movie. It is now later. You can probably tell because the lighting's a little different. Heh. Now that I've seen the movie, I will give a quick non-spoiler review for what I thought about it. So, it was an interesting movie to be sure. This was definitely an Iron Man 2. Now, I've used this term a lot. I use Iron Man 2 as an example of basically what this step is. So first, a studio will make a movie like Iron Man, or Man of Steel, or Amazing Spider-Man, or even take already established movies like the X-Men movies, and then they make a sequel like Iron Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Days of Future Past, and now Batman v Superman, which is the next step towards a shared universe. Typically what these movies include is character you remember, plus a bunch of characters the story doesn't really need, but sets the groundwork. Some of them are really good, like Days of Future Past. Some of them are really bad, like Amazing Spider-Man 2. And some are okay, like Iron Man 2, and I'm gonna say Batman v Superman. This movie's not bad, by any means. It's really cool. It's a really cool movie. It has some cool surprises here and there, and overall is a good movie. The only problem is it's messy. It's kind of a messy movie. The whole first act is almost entirely set up, but not like normally first acts are. First acts are always set up, but this is more obviously a setup because Batman's a new character in this universe. So we gotta, like, this is, plant all the seeds here and there, plant some seeds for other characters that show up in this movie. And then the movie kind of picks up, and some cool stuff happens. And then more weird characters show up that aren't needed. And then the finale, which is actually pretty awesome, I'm gonna say. So again, this is completely spoiler-free. I'm not gonna ruin anything here. There's quite a few action scenes in this movie, and almost all of them involving Batman are really cool. However, the big fight you see in the trailers between Batman and Superman, I don't know, it didn't grab me. I have to see this movie again to be sure. But my mind kind of drifted off during that fight, and I think it's because it didn't quite grab me, wasn't that interesting. But the fight, big action scene, there's like a couple action scenes that follow that scene, are really cool. Or had me on this, I was gripping my seat. So, yeah. Had a lot of cool action. And a lot of unnecessary elements that detracted a little bit, but not too much, and I'm assuming are going to lead somewhere eventually. So, with all that said, my official review for this movie, on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being Dragon Ball Evolution, and 10 being Back to the Future, and 5 being like Toy Story 2, you know, okay. I would give this movie an honest 6.8. Yeah. I liked Deadpool more than this, and I think I liked Man of Steel more than this also. I don't know, like I said, I have to watch this movie again, and I will this weekend, but yeah, I liked it. It was good. It was decent. It didn't blow my socks off like I was hoping it would, but it has a really good ending, I think. The ending helped save it, but also all the Batman action helped save it, so yeah. Alright, so spoiler-free section ends now. If you don't want to be spoiled anything from this movie, stop watching about now and then go see it. Because from this point on, I will be talking about spoilers. Okay, are you ready? I'm going to start saying spoilers now. Everyone gone who's not gonna... Okay. I knew it. I totally called it. Oh my god. Watch. I'm gonna put a link somewhere. Watch my my live reaction to one of the trailers for this movie. The first one where they showed Doomsday. And in that I say, the only way it's okay for them to use Doomsday in this movie is if they kill Superman, and that's what inspires Batman and Wonder Woman to create the Justice League. And oh my god, I called it. I can't believe it. When it happened in the movie, I was like, no way. I'm actually... Because Superman... Because, spoilers, obviously, at this point you already know. He gets stabbed, and he dies, and then he stayed dead for the rest of the movie. And I was... Even though I called it, and I knew that was the only way they could justify using Doomsday, I still couldn't believe I was right. That he not only died, but stayed dead till the end. Which means him coming back is going to be a big part of Justice League Part 1. Maybe Part 2. I don't know. Maybe they'll drop hints about it in Suicide Squad or Wonder Woman, which are the next two. Probably not Wonder Woman. Unless they flash forward at some point in that movie. Gloating aside, another element I did not expect to be in this was time travel. So, in the trailers we see some bits of what looked like a dystopian future that Batman's fighting in, and we find out that and a few other dreams he's having throughout the movie are some kind of byproduct of a message he got from the future, which I think was from the Flash? I could not tell. I could not tell if that was the Flash. I think it was. I think he came back in time to tell Superman that he was right, but I guess he was trying to tell him he was right about Lex Luthor? And the dreams were trying to tell him, Martha, remember Martha? Kind of thing? I don't know. Like I said, I gotta see this movie again. But, so that was cool, because I always loved, I mean, my 10 on the scale is Back to the Future. Yeah, so, I hate this generation. Hate's a strong word. I dislike people in this generation who cannot stop messing with their phones. There's a guy right next to me constantly texting, and there was a girl in front of me somewhere pulling up her phone every now and then. God, what is wrong with people? Taking your phone out in a movie, like if it's an accident, I could let it go. Everyone's been there. But to do it more than once is, you're an a-hole. That's a fact at this point. There's no way around it. You're selfish enough to have a big shiny light in people's faces. It doesn't matter if the sound's off. You can see it. But the point I'm trying to make here is, so throughout the movie, I see people on their phones now and then. These self-absorbed jerkwads. But after the big fight between Batman and Superman, and then when they team up and Batman goes to say... From the moment Batman goes to save Superman's mom, I didn't see his cell phone out at all. Because from that point on, you cannot take your eyes off the screen. It is so action-packed and suspenseful. And then, yeah, Superman died. And then people were like, oh my god, Superman's dead. What? He's coming back, right? I mean, he is, but not in this movie, which I think was a good call. Wonder Woman, not necessary. The video files on all the other heroes were not necessary. Those were only there for Justice League, which I believe comes out next year. Wow, really? Next year? Huh. Interesting. This summer we get Suicide Squad, and then I believe somewhere between then and the summer we're getting Wonder Woman. Or, yeah, next year is Wonder Woman and Justice League, so yeah, wow. The Aquaman stuff didn't look that good. To be honest. I mean, he looked like a guy underwater shaking a stick. The Flash part was cool, and I was surprised how much we saw Cyborg. I mean, we saw him for less than a minute, but like, they cast his dad. They showed some kind of weird future technology. That's the thing that saved him. I don't know, but it's cool. So I was hoping Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor would be wacky and all that around other people, and then when he's by himself, he would be like, But he wasn't. He was very, not wacky's not quite the right word. He thinks he's being charming and funny, but it comes out. I mean, I know it's intentional. His thing is, he thinks he's being charming and cool, but he's just being weird and annoying, and he has like a lot of weird social anxiety stuff. One other complaint a lot of people had going into this, and it's something I believe in strongly on my own, is that Batman uses a lot of guns in this movie, but they're not guns. They're always guns to shoot a tracking device, or some kind of gas to weaken Kryptonians, or, you know, they're not bullet guns. Except in his future fantasy, where he used tons of guns to take out a bunch of guys. And, you know, he used other guys' guns in fights to help them take out each other in the present. So, I'm in the camp that Batman should never use a gun. And technically, this Batman didn't. However, the possible future Batman does. And I believe that is in reference to The Dark Knight Returns, where he did use a couple guns because he's too old for this anymore. And he has to use a gun every now and then. But, yeah, no, it's weird. The visual is weird, because you know it's not a real gun, but he's still holding a gun. And I didn't like it in the Nolan movies either, when he shot explosives around the place. Or some kind of weird super grappling thing I remember he used in Dark Knight. I don't like that. I didn't like it. And it did make me feel off in this. But, like I said, this is not a bad movie. I enjoyed it. I'm going to see it again. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it even more now that I've seen and are expecting some of the weird stuff. But yeah, because Superman did die, I am less hateful on the use of Doomsday. But I do feel like they're kind of now, I mean, they use Doomsday and they're hinting at Darkseid. So after they use Darkseid, and I assume Justice League Part 1 and 2, and now that Doomsday's gone, where do you go from there, DC? I mean, how do you top that? And yeah, that's what I'm worried about. How are they going to top that? Yeah. 2 out of these 6 superhero movies of this year have come out. Deadpool and Batman v Superman. Currently, I say Deadpool and then Batman v Superman. Next up is Civil War. So we'll see how that one fares compared to those two. And then, yeah, we'll see how the rest of the year goes. Yeah. I was right. I totally called it. I totally called why they use Doomsday. Yeah. I hope this doesn't look stupid. Probably does. Now I feel depressed. Go see it.